नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सगगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वरा परम कृष्णा सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंदा सर्व कारण कारणम। Hare Krishna. By Lord Sri Krishna's causeless mercy, we are successfully studying Bhagavad Gita every day, and we finished 31 slokas in the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the opulence of the Absolute. So, here Krishna is explaining more about himself. We are understanding that in this world, everything, all the opulence, everywhere, whatever we see, Krishna is the best in everything. That's the main thing. We understand that Lord Sri Krishna is the best in everything. Because he is the source of energy. He is the source of everything. That's why Krishna is the best in everything. Because without Krishna, nothing can exist and nothing can have any energy, nothing can have anything in this world without Krishna. So, we understand that point very clearly in Bhagavad Gita. That Krishna, everything is emanating from Krishna and Krishna is the source of everything. So now with that understanding, with that knowledge, if we act, if we do everything only for the satisfaction of Krishna, so then our life will be full of bliss. It will be full of meaning. We are getting that knowledge, of course, in this Bhagavad Gita. There is no doubt we are getting this knowledge and we are understanding all the questions asked by Arjuna. We understand Arjuna's situation in the battlefield and why Arjuna is asking Krishna like so many various questions. They're all very, very important. Everything is technical questions, purely technical, scientific questions, and all the answers given by Krishna also are very much practical answers, which we can implement in our life. In our day-to-day activities. In our day-to-day activities, we can implement everything. Whatever Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, in each and every activity, we can use this knowledge. We can apply this knowledge. For example, we have the knowledge that this coronavirus, this is a pandemic, it's spreading, and we have the knowledge to develop vaccines, and also we have the knowledge to prevent. So we are able to use the face masks or social distancing, all such things. So like that, if we have this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, then we know that this Kama and Krodha are highly infectious. So they are the diseases. So they are covering our real knowledge. So we should protect ourselves from this Kama and Krodha because they cover our real knowledge. Avritam jnanametena jnanino nitya vairina kama rupena kaunteya duspurena analena cha. And they sit in our senses, mind and intelligence. And Avritam, Krishna is saying that Dhumena Vriyate Vannir. Yatha darsho malena cha, yatha ulbena avrto garbhaga, tatha tene itam avritam. So it is there. Just as the fire is covered by smoke and mirror is covered by dust, the embryo is covered by the womb. Similarly, each living entity is covered by different degrees of this lust. So this is the knowledge we are getting from Bhagavad Gita. So then we can protect ourselves. We need to take this vaccine. We need to develop that immunity. So that is only Krishna's name. That's only this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So if we have the knowledge, we can protect ourselves from this material world itself, from this bondage to this material world. We can free ourselves. We can relieve ourselves. So that is the way we are getting this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. It is to apply in our life. Every sloka we need to understand, and then every sloka can be used, applied in our life. And especially in the 3rd chapter and 4th and 5th and 6th, all the chapters, up to 6 chapters, the first 6 chapters, Krishna is giving us the complete knowledge about ourself, about the soul. And in the 6th chapter, Krishna is teaching us about how to control our mind. The 2nd chapter itself is the summary of all the entire Bhagavad Gita. The contents of the Gita summarized. That is the title of the 2nd chapter. So there, it's due to Arjuna, because Arjuna asked such a nice question about the symptoms of a self-realized person. Krishna gave all the knowledge about the relationship between mind, sense, intelligence, and they're very difficult to control. Senses are so strong and impetuous that they forcibly carry away the mind. All such things, we understand everything. We know it's very difficult to control the senses if the mind is not controlled. So the first thing is that we need to control our mind. So controlling our mind is the only way we can achieve happiness. We can achieve happiness and we can free ourselves from this material bondage. So controlling our mind and keeping our mind as our best friend all the time. So that is possible only by gaining intelligence. So that's what repeatedly we are studying every day. But Krishna is saying that mind, senses, and intelligence are the sitting places of this lust. Indriyani mano buddhi asyadistana muchyate yettaigi vimohayati esa jnanam avritya deginam. It's bewildering us. We are bewildered. We are confused. And we are so much attached to this temporary material life in this material world. Everything looks great for us. Everything, we are thinking that all the problems will be solved and we are going to live in this world forever. So that's what we are thinking every day. But that is not at all true. We know we are getting old. And we know the day will come, we need to live. But before that, we have to do something very important. So that is, we need to give up all attachments to this world before we live. That is the main thing we need to do. We need to make sure that when death comes, we should not have any attachments to anything in this world. Because at that point of time, forcibly we will be kicked out of this body. So that means we should prepare ourselves for death. We are preparing for so many things in this world. There's so many projects, so many deadlines, so many things we are preparing for, so many events, so many invites, events, schedules. We are scheduling a lot of things. And the busiest person in this world, his schedule will be so much full. It's very difficult to find time because he was so busy. That's what we call them. We call that he's very busy. It's very difficult to find schedule. Are we scheduling to die? That is the main thing. Because we need to schedule in such a way, especially if we are getting old, if we are retiring from this job, then we need to actually schedule. We need to schedule to release ourselves from this material world. We need to free ourselves from all the connections in this material world. We need to keep our time open. 24/7, it should be opened up for that place, for that time, because we don't know when we are going to die. And when that death comes, because unfortunately it will not schedule with us, like when we are going to die. It can happen anytime, by any means. But we know that this body is going to stop working. We know that all the systems, all the organs in our body, everything will stop working. And we know that at that point of time, we cannot continue to live in this body and we need to get out. So we understand from Bhagavad Gita that we are the soul, we are not the body. And this body doesn't belong to the soul. So that means this body is not permanent for us. And anytime we will be evicted from this body, we will be just kicked out of this body. And we should be prepared for that. Are we prepared? That is the question here. The question is that are we prepared to leave this body? So that means we should be able to disconnect from everything else in this material world. Just disconnect. That's it. So then only we are prepared. We can say, if we have so many connections everywhere, so much of bondage to everything in this material world, so that means death comes, but we are not prepared to leave. That is the problem. We are not ready to leave. But we will be kicked out of this body, but we are not ready to leave. And we have so much of attachments, everything in this material world. So because of that reason, we will be again coming back and taking another body. That is the problem. So we'll take another body. We will be kicked out of this body and we will be getting another body. And again, we will continue the same nonsense in this world, having so much of materialistic attachments to the sense objects, to the relations, to everything in this temporary, everything temporary in this world. And we are keep on going in this cycle. Utramantam stitam vapi bunjanam va gunan vitham vimudanan pasyanti jnana chaksusah. So, Utramantam siddham vapi. Utramantam, by giving up the old body and getting a new body, and siddham vapi bunjana ma gunanvitam. So we are enjoying under the control of the three modes of material nature. A fool cannot see this. Vimudananu pasyanti. Whereas pasyanti jnana chakshusaha. Whereas a person who has got the eyes of knowledge can see that. So that's why we need to get this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So if we get this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, then we can see all these things are happening in this world. We see that we are getting old. When our birthday comes, we know that we are getting old and our time is running out. And we need to make use of this time fully to realize ourselves, to surrender unto Krishna, to give up all attachments to everything in this material world. And that means to get detached from this material world. And then we will go to Krishna. That is the main thing. We should be thinking about Krishna all the time. That's very important. So that's why this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is very, very important for us. If you know in and out of this Bhagavad Gita, all the slokas, all the 700 slokas, 18 chapters, if you go through it repeatedly again and study and memorize and understand all the subject matters discussed in this Bhagavad Gita, and of course we are going to follow. When we get this knowledge, we are not going to sit idle. When we get this knowledge, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is repeatedly saying that we are not the body, we are the soul. Then we can realize, we can understand that we are the soul. So, and not only here we are alone. When we do this effort, when we are very sincere, when we want to understand, when we want to leave this material world, that means when we don't want to come back to this material world, then Krishna is there very much ready to help us actually. So Krishna is helping us. That's why we are studying Bhagavad Gita every day. We are making constant progress. We are studying, we are understanding all these slokas, and we are very understanding all these slokas very easily. The way Krishna is teaching us, we are able to understand. No confusion. Everything is very clear. Whatever Krishna says is up to the point. There is no confusion at all. And Krishna is saying very clearly, Krishna is saying that I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You just believe me. That's it. We just believe that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. And just then if we just surrender unto Krishna, then Krishna will be able to help us. So that way, Krishna is saying that be a yogi. All the time, be a yogi. Tapasvibhyo diko yogi. Jnanibhyo adhiko yogi. Karmibhyascha yogi. Tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. So tapasvibhyo adhiko yogi. Jnanibhyo adhiko mata. So even the jnani, compared to jnani also, the yogi is the best. So then karmibhyascha adhiko yogi. So among the karmis also the yogi is the best. So that's why Krishna is saying that. So therefore you become a yogi. That's what Krishna is saying that. Jnanibhyopi mato adhika. Jnanibhyopi mato adhika. So a yogi is greater than the ascetic, greater than the empiricist, and greater than the fruity worker. Therefore, O Arjuna, in all circumstances, be a yogi. That's what we are going to become when we study Bhagavad Gita. When we understand Bhagavad Gita, when we follow Bhagavad Gita, then as Krishna is saying that tapasvipyo adhiko yogi, jnanibhyopi mato adhikaga, karmibhyascha adhiko yogi, tasmat yogi bhavojo. Yoginam api sarvesham matgatenantaratmana Shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mataka. That's what Krishna is saying. Yoginam api sarvesam. Of all the yogis, yoginam api sarvesam. Yoginam api sarvesam. Yoginam api sarvesam matgatenantaratmana. One who keeps me within his self. So one who wants to come to me. That's what Madgatena. So that should be Krishna, should be our destination. So Madgatena Antaratmana. Shraddhavan bhajate yomam. Who worships me with full faith. Shraddhavan bhajate yomam. Same yukta tamo mataka. So he is the best yogi. That's what Krishna is saying. So that way we need to just follow what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Just understand and become a yogi. And that way, if you do everything for Krishna, then by Krishna's mercy, we will go to Krishna at the time of death. So that's what Krishna is saying there. So Same Yukta Tamo Mataga. So you will come to me. That's what Krishna is saying that. I consider. So Krishna is saying that in this sloka number 6 chapter 47 sloka, Krishna is saying that, and of all yogis, the one with great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders the transcendental loving service to me, he is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. That's what Krishna is saying there. Same yukta tamo mataga. Me mataga. That is my opinion. That's what Krishna is saying there. So that way, for us studying this Bhagavad Gita, becoming a yogi, just follow what all Krishna says. So that's what is very important. If we just do that, then as Krishna says that we will become very, very closer to Krishna. We will become very, very dearer to Krishna. So that's why this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is very important. And in the 8th chapter, last sloka, also 28th sloka, Krishna says that Vedesu yajnesu tapassu chaiva danesu yat punya palam pratishtam atyeti tat sarvam idam viditva yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam. That yogi. So being a yogi is what very, very important for us. Vedesu yajnesu tapassu chaiva. By studying the Vedas, by performing the yajnas, sacrifices. Vedesu yajnesu tapassu. By performing austerities. Vedesu yajnesu tapassu chaiva danesu. By charity work, by giving charities. So Vedesu yajnesu tapassu chaiva danesu yat punya palam pradishtam. So whatever punya, whatever we get it, just by performing these things. So Krishna is saying that yat punya palam pradishtam atyeti tat sarvam idam viditva yogi param sthanam upaiti chadi. So just by knowing Krishna, just by following Krishna, just by doing what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, we are going to get everything. So a person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying the Vedas, performing sacrifices, undergoing austerities, giving charity, or pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. Simply by performing devotional service, he attains all this, and at the end, he reaches the supreme eternal abode. So that's why being a yogi, becoming a yogi, so that's what is very, very important. So that means just studying Bhagavad Gita, following what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that's it. If we just follow what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, then we will become yogi. So that means, as I said from the beginning, that we need to give up all attachments to this material world, material sense objects. We should be simply connected only with Krishna. Do everything for Krishna. Fully depending on Krishna. That is the main thing. Completely depending on Krishna. Because Krishna is the supreme God and he is going to take care of us completely. We don't have to worry about anything. There is nothing to worry in this world at all. If we completely, fully depend on Krishna. And that kind of conviction and faith is going to come when we have this complete knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. When we understand this Bhagavad Gita fully like Arjuna did. When he understood the complete Bhagavad Gita, he didn't have any confusion. Nashto moha. Nashto moha means my confusions are gone. I lost. Everything is gone. My nashta moha. So, in the beginning, Arjuna told, before studying and understanding Bhagavad Gita, Karpanya doso upagata swabhavaga prichamitvam dharma sammuda cheta. So now I am completely confused. Dharma sammuda chetaga. Sammuda. Sammuda means I am like confused. I don't know what is good, what is bad, what is right, what is wrong. I don't know what to do right now. So in that situation, when he understood this entire Bhagavad Gita from Krishna, he said that Nashto Moha. Now my confusions are gone. When he told Krishna that I don't find any means to drive away this grief, with whose intense heat, this grief's intense heat is drying up all my senses. Chokam uchoshanam indriyana. Nahi prapasyami mamapanudyad. I don't find any means. I don't find any other way to drive away this grief. And the intense heat of this grief is actually drying up all my senses. But what happened to all such kind of situations? What happened when he understood the entire Bhagavad Gita from Krishna? When he understood the complete Bhagavad Gita from Krishna, he was saying that Sthitosmi. I am very well situated. That's what he was saying. Sthitosmi. A person who said that, I don't know what to do. Even if I get the kingdom equal to heaven in this world, still I cannot find any way to drive away this grief. So, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is so much important. It's so much important knowledge. We need to have it. If we have this knowledge, full knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, then like Arjuna, we will also become like Arjuna. There is no more confusion, no more doubts, and we will be very well situated, and we know what is right and what is wrong, everything, and we will fully, completely depend on Krishna for everything. That's it. So that way, Krishna gives us the knowledge, Krishna gives us the intelligence, and Krishna also gives us the forgetfulness, to forget everything in this material world. We need forgetfulness. We need forgetfulness to forget the material sense objects. Otherwise, how are you going to forget? Because our mind is all the time remembering sense objects. So we need forgetfulness. That's why Krishna is saying that Mattagas Smritir Jnanam Apoganam Cha. We need to forget about this material world. This temporary, miserable material world, we need to completely forget. That is possible only by constantly remembering Krishna. So we need that remembrance. We need this knowledge. So Krishna is saying that everything is coming from me. I will give it. So that way, just with our so much faith on Krishna, we are getting this knowledge. Just by understanding all these slokas in Bhagavad Gita completely, the way Krishna taught us, the way Krishna wanted us to understand, without no need for any interpretation at all. In this Bhagavad Gita slokas, which I have mentioned many times in the past, that there is no need for any interpretation. The the sloka is very straightforward. Whatever Krishna says is very, very straightforward. There is no need, no double meaning, triple meaning, nothing. It's all only very straightforward. Krishna is teaching us. That's it. Krishna, no need for any interpretation. So that way, now we are studying and understanding about Krishna's opulence, and Krishna is saying that I am everything. So that means if you find anywhere anything, anyone is doing anything best, then you immediately know that it is mine. That's what Krishna is saying. That's what in the 10th chapter, towards the end, Krishna says that in the sloka number 41. Nantosti mama divyana vibhutinam parantapa yesadute sataga prokto vibhute vistaro maya. Before that, in the sloka number 39, Krishna is saying that Yachapi sarva bhutanam bijam tadagam arjuna natadasti vinayatsyan maya bhutam characharam. So everything exists, only Krishna is saying that I am the generating seed of all existences. There is no being, moving or non-moving, that can exist without me. That's what Krishna is saying there. So that way, everything is coming from Krishna. We need to understand that. So with that knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, in the 31st sloka, what we studied, Krishna said that Pavanaga pavatamasmi ramaga sastra brutaham jasanam makaraschasmi sotasamasmi janavi. That's what in the 10th chapter, sloka number 31, we studied yesterday. So of all the purifiers, I am wind. Pavanaga pavatamasmi. Ramaga sastra brataham. Of the wielders of weapon, I am Lord Rama. Ramaga sastra brataham. Of all the fishes, I am shark. Jasana makaras chasmi. Of all the flowing rivers, I am Ganges. Sotasam asmi janavi. Then in the next sloka, sloka number 32, Krishna is continuing that Sarganam adirantascha madhyam chaivaham arjuna adhyatma vidyanam vadaga pravadatamaham. Sarganam adir antascha madhyam chaivaham arjuna. Adir, Anta, Madhyam. Adi means beginning, Anta, end, Madhya is middle. We already studied in the very first sloka when Krishna started explaining about his opulence in the 10th chapter, the sloka number 20, Krishna has said that Aham Atma Guda Kesa Sarva Bhuta Sayastidaka Ahamadischa Madhyam Cha Bhutanam Antayeva Cha. That's what Krishna said. Yeah, this sloka number 20. So, Aham Atma Guda Kesa Sarva Bhuta Sayastidaka. I am the super soul seated in everyone's heart. Aham Adischa Madhyam Cha Bhutanam Antayeva Cha. I am the Adi. Aham Adischa Madhyam Cha Bhutana Mantayevacha. I am the beginning, middle, and end. The same thing Krishna is repeating here that Sarganam of all creations. Sarganam Adirantascha Madhyam Chaivaham Arjuna. I am the beginning, middle, and end. So Krishna is everything of all creations. Without Krishna, we cannot do anything. We cannot even move our little finger. In our body, so much of reactions are happening, chemical reactions, biochemical reactions, and our system is like a machine. It's a yantra rudani maya. It's working. Our lungs are working, and our lungs are getting the exchanging the oxygen with carbon dioxide, and then the blood is supplying blood. The heart is supplying blood to the lungs. And get the purified blood, and again it's supplying to all the parts, and again getting back the impure blood, and then again sends it to the lungs to purify. And our kidney is doing its function, its job of purifying our blood itself. So that way, all the parts, everything is working, and everything is working by Krishna's arrangement. Everything is working by Krishna's design, and we are not this part. This is just a machine which is working. And we are inside this body. We are the soul. So that knowledge we are getting only from Bhagavad Gita. So we are the soul. So the knowledge about our self. So Krishna is saying that of all the knowledge, I am the knowledge about the self. Adhyatma Vidya, Vidyanam. Of all the knowledge, I am the knowledge about the self. And this knowledge about ourself, the soul, we can study only in Bhagavad Gita, nowhere else. You cannot find this knowledge anywhere else. It's there in other like Vedanta Sutras or Puranas. It's all discussed there. But not to the extent what we can find everything in one single place, that is Bhagavad Gita. Because Krishna is explaining everything, what we need. Krishna is giving the essence of all Vedas, all the Puranas, everything, all Upanishads, everything. Krishna is giving it here completely. So just studying Bhagavad Gita, understanding Bhagavad Gita, we know everything very, very well. Everything is full of science. That's the main important point we need to know. Everything is full of science. So that way, by Krishna's mercy, we are understanding this science. Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam Vadaga Pravadatam Akam. Of all the arguments, I am the conclusive. Vadaga. I am the natural conclusive. So that's what Krishna is saying, that Vadaga Pravadatam Akam. So that way, Krishna is everything. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajan. Isvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. So Krishna is the cause of all causes. He is the Anadir. He has no beginning. He is the Adir. He is the beginning of everything. So Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So Govinda, Krishna is the Adi Purusha, is the original supreme primeval Lord. So I worship him. That's what Lord Brahma is saying there. So for us, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, when we just accept Krishna as the supreme personality of God, and we just accept the Bhagavad Gita, which is the song of Krishna, which is coming directly from Krishna, as the knowledge we need to have and understand this knowledge completely, then we are just going to go back to Krishna. Nobody can stop this. Idam jnanam upasitya mamasa dharmyam agam. So we have Krishna's causeless mercy. There is no doubt about it. That's why we are studying and progressing every day in our efforts to study and understand Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna's mercy, we have successfully finished the sloka number 32 today in the 10th chapter. We have 10 more slokas to complete the 10th chapter. Hare Krishna. I will stop now and we will discuss if any questions are there. Hare Krishna.